Okay, so we are going to start laying down. So get whatever you need to be supported. I like to put a blanket under my head, support my neck and shoulders. But you can do what you'd like, maybe put something underneath the legs. Oh, okay, so we're going to take a few moments here to just settle in and settle down. So finding a comfortable position where you can just relax the body and just begin to focus on your breathing. So let the muscles in the face begin to soften, relaxing the space between the eyebrows, relaxing the jaw, and then just softening around the neck and throat, and allowing your breath to just flow deeply and with ease, so nice and smooth. Notice what you're feeling and how you're feeling, just kind of checking in at the beginning of your practice. Notice how the body's feeling. If there's any areas that feel a little extra tight, zero in on those areas and just breathe, trying to find softness. So let's just gently hug the knees into the chest here. And we'll rock left to right. You can make some circles. Just starting to move the body a little bit here, supporting the back. Feel how your back feels on the floor. And then we'll take the feet up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the feet, moving the ankles around. You can hold on to the backs of the legs if you'd like. Have a soft bend in the knee. And then we'll take the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Just let the wrists be soft. You can shake them out a little bit. Soft elbows. And just pause here for a moment, letting the lymph fluid and the blood move down the arms and the legs. You can be still or you can move. You can shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Just see what feels good for you, but just take a moment to pause. Feeling a little bit lighter in the hands and feet. And then on your next inhale, we'll take the hands reaching for the space behind your head, and we'll reach the feet a little higher. Don't worry if they don't go straight. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, let's just gently hug the knees into the chest. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift, and exhale, hug the knees in. Two more, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, legs lift. Maybe they go a little straighter. Exhale, hug it in. And then last one like this. Let the shoulders relax down the back as you breathe in, and then breathe out as you hug the knees in. We'll let both feet come down to the floor. Feet are going to be about mat width apart. We'll take the arms and just let them rest out to the sides. They can be shoulder height or a little bit lower. And then we're just going to sway the legs left to right. So you can start by just seeing how that feels in the body. So before you even think about your breath, just let the legs fall left to right. And then you could add the breath by when you breathe in, the legs come up, and when you breathe out, the legs go over to one side. So just let the breath carry the legs up and over. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the side. Really try to lengthen through the back. Let the knees move away from the hips and the hips move away from the shoulders. And then we'll come back to center. Bring the feet a little bit closer together, and we're just going to take the right foot up towards the ceiling and just focus a little bit on the hamstring here. So let's soften the knee. Have your hands clasped behind the leg. The left leg is going to go straight, and then slowly and gently just start to reach your right foot a little higher. And then once you feel like you're at the deepest expression, then just pause. Maybe you flex the right foot. So just feel with you what you feel all the way down the back of the right leg. So just releasing the tightness that we might feel on the hamstring, which will help ease into the low back. Maybe pushing your thigh into your hands a little bit, pressing your belly down towards the floor as the shoulders reach down away from the ears. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bend the left knee to the left foot is on the floor, and we're just going to come into a figure four. Right ankle crosses over the left leg above the knee, and then we'll reach for the back of your left thigh. And just pause here for a moment, and then you can gently shift the legs left to right, and then notice when you pause a little bit over to the left that you can get a little bit deeper in the right side of the hip, and then just pause here and breathe. So every time we begin to focus on that deep breath, we can lighten up and lessen the intensity of what we're feeling. So if you're feeling extra tight in the right hip, allow that breath to just find softness. If you're feeling any stress or anxiety anywhere in the body, just from whatever thoughts you might be having, try to just breathe and let those feelings soften. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. We'll let the left foot come down to the floor. The right foot comes down to the floor. Left foot reaches up to the ceiling. We're just going to hold on to the back of your left thigh. Soften the knee to start. Right leg goes straight. And then just start to lengthen the back of the left leg. Maybe pulling the arms a little straighter, shoulders are down, foot is flexed. So you want to come to the point where you're feeling something, but it's not pain, it's not pulling, you're just getting a nice, gentle stretch here. And then as you're in the pose, just breathe deeply. Noticing if the leg can physically begin to soften, get a little bit looser. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to bend the right knee so the right foot is on the floor. Figure four with the left ankle on top of the right leg, and we'll reach for the back of the right thigh, drawing the right knee in. So when you bring the right knee in, you're going to feel the outside of your left leg and the hip. And then if you sway left to right and then pause over to the right, you might even feel a little bit deeper in the seat, even moving up towards the low back a little bit. So find that point where it feels a little bit tight, and then breathe deeply to soften. Soft jaw. Let the breath just flow with ease. Let the eyes be closed. And just taking this time to be present right here and notice what you're feeling. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how those feelings change throughout the pose, throughout the practice. And then slowly let's release. We'll let the right foot come down to the floor. Left foot comes down to the floor. Feet are going to go mat width apart again. Arms reach away from each other. And then just let the legs fall left to right, noticing if you feel any different than before when we stretched out the hamstrings and the hips. So maybe getting a little bit deeper to one side and then the other, lengthening the back. And then we'll bring the legs back to center, hug the knees into the chest, and we're going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale, arms reach up and back, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees into the chest. 2 more like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. And then 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. And then exhale, hug the knees in. Here we're going to slowly transition to come up to seated, so you can roll to one side and press yourself up, or you can rock front to back. I just need to make a little adjustment. So find a comfortable seated position. Legs can be crossed, or you can bring the soles of your feet together if that feels better. And any support you might need to sit up a little higher on your seat. We're just going to tap into the core muscles a little bit because we're going to do some standing poses later, and it's important to be able to access the muscles in your core. So we're just going to start to explore those. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. So just taking a nice full breath in, lengthening the spine, reaching the arms up, and then exhale out and down. Again, inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale down. And then 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. And exhale down. Okay, so from here, you're going to reach the arms up overhead. We're going to take your left hand, reach it behind you, but it doesn't touch the floor. So it's just hovering back behind you. You're going to take your right hand, reach for the outside of your left knee, but you're not going to touch it. So it's just hanging out right there. Inhale, lengthen your spine, relax the shoulders, and then as you exhale, I want you to twist to the left without using your hands. Notice what muscles are engaged to get your body to twist. So when you breathe in, lengthen your spine, and when you breathe out, draw the belly in and start to turn. Nice deep breaths. The inhale, you find some length in the pose, and the exhale, you find some depth. We're not using the hands for the twist. The belly is in. The muscles that support your spine are super strong. Take 1 more breath in here. And then as you exhale, let that right hand come down to the knee. Your left hand is going to reach up, and you're going to side lean over to the right. So just pause here for a moment. A soft upper arm, relax the shoulder, draw your belly in, and then from here, you're going to lift your right hand off of the leg. It's hovering. Belly draws in. You're able to breathe even though the muscles around your core are working. Able to breathe. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly just come back to center. Let the arms come down. Inhale, arms reach up. From here, your right hand comes behind you, does not touch the floor. Left hand reaches across to the outside of the knee, does not touch the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, and then as you exhale, turn your body towards the right. So you're trying to turn from the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. Shoulders are relaxed and open. Notice when you inhale, maybe you soften a little bit and lengthen. And then when you exhale, maybe you want to go a little bit deeper in the twist. So you're not using any leverage with the hands, you're just using the muscles all around your core, the front, the sides, and the back. But not holding the breath, you're able to breathe. Okay, we're going to take your left hand, let it rest on the outside of your right knee. The right hand is going to reach up and side lean over to the left. Relax the shoulders. And then you're going to let your left hand hover off of the right knee. Maybe you go a little bit deeper to the side, only by a tiny bit, and then feel what you feel. Muscles really need to engage here. Supporting your back, supporting the core, in the front, the belly, and just able to breathe. Getting really strong here. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly come up, release the arms. We'll take the feet out in front, a nice big diamond as the soles of the feet come together. Hands will come onto the shins just as you inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, take the chest, lower it down in between the legs, let the head drop down, and just breathe. So let the eyes be closed. Relax the muscles around the spine. Let the head hang heavy to release the neck. Relaxing through the inner thighs and the outer thighs. Feeling long and tall in your spine, especially when you breathe in. And let the torso relax and be heavy, especially when you breathe out. And then we'll slowly make your way back up. And we'll bring the legs together, swing them around, and we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. So if you need any extra padding under the knees, feel free to use a blanket. Otherwise, we're coming right on to hands and knees in tabletop. Knees are underneath your hips and about hip width apart. Wrists are underneath the shoulders or a little bit in front. Fingers are spread nice and wide. We'll take 3 breaths together here. So we're going to curl the toes under. As you breathe in, drop the belly, soft elbows, lift the chin. And as you breathe out, tuck the chin, round the back, tops of the feet pressed down. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, look forward. And exhale, tuck the chin, round the back, relax the feet. One more time like that. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale, tuck and round. We're going to come back to neutral spine here. The crown of the head is reaching forward, tailbone is reaching back. The left foot is going to go straight back. The right hand is going to reach forward, and we're going to lift the left leg. So pause here for a moment. Notice where your belly is, and I'd like you to lift your belly an inch or 2, up and back. So you want to feel your belly reaching away from the floor towards your spine, spine reaching towards the ceiling. So keep that core nice and strong. Lengthening through the spine. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, the right hand comes down. Left toes come down. We're going to pivot the right foot to the right. Roll to the arch of your left foot. Left hand is going to reach up towards the ceiling. So you can stay here, you can lift the left leg, or you can cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. You can reach your top arm overhead. Whatever you'd like to do here, but whatever pose you're in, you're able to breathe. Think about your core, the belly drawing in, even your sides drawing in, and the muscles around your spine hugging in. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're gonna take the left hand down, both knees come down, sink your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. So we're gonna have the arms way out in front. You can make some circles with the wrists. And then just let the head drop down. If you need to have some more support under your head, you can stack your fists under your forehead. And just breathe here for a moment. Check in. And just notice how the body feels. Notice any emotions you might be having and where in the body you're experiencing those emotions, what your thoughts might be. Just try to process through all of those things as you breathe. So what you're feeling, how you're feeling, and where you're feeling. Just breathe. One more full round of breath, inhaling and exhaling. We'll come back up onto hands and knees. We'll take 3 breaths just to kind of realign the spine. As you inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. As you exhale, tuck and round. So getting the body used to moving with breath really helps quiet the mind. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to round. One more time, just like that. Letting the breath just move the body. Coming back to neutral spine. The right foot is going to go back, toes are down. Left hand reaching forward, shoulders are relaxed. Lift the right leg, and then just notice, don't change anything yet. Notice where your belly is. If it's like mine, it's down a little bit. I'm gonna pull it in and up, almost like you're trying to touch your belly button to your rib, the bottom of your ribs. So feel that difference when you come down or up. You wanna pull the belly in and up. It's not a big movement, it's just very subtle, but it really brings a lot of strength and awareness to the core and the muscles that support your back. And then just breathe through. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, left hand comes down, right toes come down behind you. Pivot the left leg to the left. Roll to the arch of your right foot. We'll reach the right hand up towards the ceiling. And then just pause here. Feel super strong. Feel awake. Feel open. If you want to fire it up a little bit more, you can take your left ankle in front of your right ankle. Maybe you take your top arm overhead if you like that feeling, or you can keep it up. Feel the shoulders stacked on top of each other, drawing everything inside. So the belly draws in, the muscles around your spine are drawing in, everything hugging in towards your center. Breath is strong and flowing. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on down. Hands and knees sink back towards your heels. This time I'm going to let my hands come by my feet. Forehead down, arms completely relaxed. Catch your breath. Notice if it got a little shorter, if it got a little faster. That's normal, nothing's wrong. It's just your body's way of reacting to strong work. So just breathe, bring that breath down a little deeper, a little slower. Relax through the shoulders. Okay, so from here we're going to come up onto our forearms. So the forearms are on the floor. Hands are going to be relaxed. The right foot is going to step back, and then the left foot is going to step back. If you need to drop your knees, then make sure the tops of your feet are on the floor and pressing down. Maybe they're pressing down so much that your knees lift an inch off the floor or half an inch. So either way, bring a lot of energy and awareness to the core. You're probably wondering, wait a minute, when she asked for requests, I didn't hear anybody ask for core. That just kind of happened today. It's okay. We're all gonna feel stronger. So that belly is drawing in. If this hurts your back at all, lift your hips a little higher or drop the knees. Soft hands, soft face. Nothing soft about the belly. That belly button is drawing in as if it's trying to touch the spine. The muscles on the sides are drawing in. Shoulders are relaxed. Pull them down away from the ears as if you're trying to bring your shoulder blades down your back a little bit. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, bring the knees down to the floor. Hips go back just until they're over your knees. So you're on your knees, hips are right over the knees, your forearms are on the floor. Then you're just going to press your hands down so your elbows lift. And then maybe walk your palms forward a couple inches. And then just let the head drop down so the ears are right by your upper arms. This is puppy pose. So the hips are over the knees, but your arms are in a downward dog type of a pose. Getting a little bit of length underneath the arms. Strengthening and lengthening the space in the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out as you slowly pull the hands back, one at a time, walking them back all the way till they get to the knees. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees, roll onto the bottoms of your feet. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Belly is resting on your thighs. Let the head hang heavy. And then slowly walk your hands up to your shins as you straighten the legs and straighten your back so that you look like an L or a 7. You have your chest parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, soften your knees and just roll back down. You can let your hands hang. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, hands slide up the legs. Chest is parallel to the floor. And then exhale, soft knees as you float down. One more time like that. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees and flow down. Your next inhale is going to be super slow. You're going to walk your hands all the way up the legs. Torso coming up slow. And then come up to stand, letting your head be the last thing that comes up. I'm just going to adjust my camera so that you can see my head. Same as over here. should be good. Okay, good. So just coming to stand, your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, we're gonna take 3 breaths. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Just reconnect to that breath. Exhale, out and down. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale down. One more time like that. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, so we're gonna come to the top of your mat. The right foot is gonna be forward, and your left foot is gonna be back. All 5 toes are pointed forward. You're in a high lunge. So we often are in a low lunge or we're down on the floor, but we're up high. So the right knee is over the right ankle. Your feet are hip width apart. Your back heel is lifted. Toes are down. If you feel like your belly is pressing forward, pull your belly in and up. This is a little shift here. Pull the belly in and up, and then a nice straight back leg and a nice bent front knee. Arms are gonna reach up overhead. So we're gonna high lunge here. Belly is in strong. Nice and deep in the right knee. Relax the shoulders. Building some strength here in the legs, around the knees, around the hips, really important. Take a full breath in, and then we're gonna transition from here into Warrior 2. All you need to do is pivot your back heel in. So now your heels are lined up. Pinky toe is parallel to the back of the mat, and your arms went from up to open. So here's the high lunge, everything facing forward, and then open. So now you're in a Warrior 2 pose. Shoulders are down, belly is in strong, right knee is right over the right ankle. So feel as though you are wearing socks on a hardwood floor. You'd have to really pull your feet in. And then we're gonna move with breath. As you inhale, you're gonna straighten the right leg. Left hand slides down your back leg, right arm reaches up, and then your exhale is bending that right knee, right forearm comes down, left arm reaches over. Okay, that was slow. Let's go a little bit faster with the breath. Inhale, come up. So looking a little bit like a windmill, and then exhale, down. Right forearm down, left arm reaches. Inhale up, straighten the right leg, reach back, and exhale, come on down, reach. 2 more just like that. Inhale, come on up, reach back, peaceful warrior, and then exhale, come down, reach. 1 more just like that. Inhale up, and exhale, reach. Pausing here. Take your left arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. Take your right hand, you're gonna put it onto your thigh. Push your right leg straight. Just turn your right hand so the back of the hand is against your thigh. Push it open so that your left arm, left shoulder moves back a little bit. Belly draws in super strong. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, soften. Let's let the arms come down. You're gonna turn your right foot to now be parallel to your left. So you're in a wide leg stance here. We're just gonna slowly transition to the other side. Left foot turns out. Right foot is gonna turn so your toes are down and your heel is lifted. And your arms are reaching up overhead. Again, if your belly is pushing forward, pull it in a little bit. Nice and low. Shoulders are relaxed. Your feet are hip width apart. Building a lot of strength in the legs. This is really good for your joints, for the bones. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, see if you can slowly transition to a warrior two, nice and smooth. So you just pivoted your right foot so it's open. And you pivoted open through the chest, arms reaching away from each other. If you're reaching forward or back, try to be center. Shoulders right over your hips, belly in strong. And then we're gonna move with the breath. Inhale, right hand comes down, left leg straight, left arm reaches back. And then exhale, bend the left knee, forearm comes down. If you can't reach the forearm, just use your hand. Right arm reaches up and over. Okay, with the breath, inhale up, exhale over. Bend that knee deep. Good, inhale up, you're really pushing off with that left foot, and exhale down. Good, 3 more, just like that. Inhale up, we're building a lot of strength here. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up, reach back, really open the rib cage. Exhale forward. One more time. Inhale up, reach back. Good, and then exhale, left forearm comes down, right arm reaches over, pause. The right arm is gonna reach up towards the ceiling. Left hand comes onto the thigh. Push the leg straight, and then just turn the back of your hand against your leg and feel your right shoulder reach back. So this is a modified triangle pose. A lot of people teach triangle with the hand down on the floor. When I bring my hand down to the floor, my whole back strains and I come forward. I can't stay back. So I like to start off high, and if you feel like you want to go a little lower, just let that left hand slide back down. But keep the right shoulder back. As soon as you start to collapse, you're straining the low back. But this is building a lot of strength and supporting your back. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come on up. Whew, relax the shoulders, parallel the feet. Just take a few breaths here. If you feel like your legs are getting tired, you can shake them out a little bit. You can bring them a little bit more narrow if you'd like, closer together. Okay, inhale, arms are gonna reach up. Exhale, hands come onto the hips, you're gonna hinge forward. So about halfway, so you're just hinging forward here. We're gonna let the hands come down and see where you can reach. So if you can't reach the floor here, then just go a little further out, and you can always soften the knees if you need to. So I have my hands on fingertips. So the legs don't have to be straight, they can be bent. You wanna just lengthen through the spine. And then we're gonna just have some healthy twists here. So the left hand is gonna stay down. You're gonna inhale, we'll take the first one nice and slow. Inhale, you're gonna reach your right arm up. Feel that twist coming from the belly. And then exhale, let the right hand come down. I'm sorry, I was saying the wrong hand. So we're gonna inhale this time. Your left hand is gonna reach up. So left hand reaches up. And then exhale down. Inhale, the right hand reaches up. Exhale down. So just do this a few times on your own. The inhale, one hand lifts. You can turn the whole torso. You don't have to turn so deep. You can have the knees bent. That's fine too. Maybe you have a stack of books or a block under your hands. That's fine. Just moving with the breath, getting through the spine, keeping the core strong. Beautiful. Let's take one more on both sides. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, from here you're going to heel toe your feet in. You're going to bend your knees knees and come down into a squat. Now, for a lot of people, squats are not available. So you can just go onto one hip and then come down and then just sit here for a moment with your feet on the floor. So you're either in a seated squat where you're sitting down, feet are on the floor in front of you, or you're in an actual squat where your feet are down. I'm just gonna adjust my camera a tiny bit so you can see my feet. Okay. All right, so you're either seated with your feet in front of you, or you're in a squat. Okay, we're gonna do something a little fun. We're gonna try an arm balance because I'm feeling like we're all really strong and fired up. I'm gonna show you the full expression and then I'm gonna show you modified. So, sometimes it's nice to put a little blanket in front of you. Not that you're gonna fall forward on your face. You're not going to, but just in case you feel like you might, you can put that in front. Hands come onto the floor. Hips lift. Knees go on your upper arm. You look forward and then just shift your weight forward. That's it, and then you can come back. If you're feeling super brave and super adventurous, maybe you lift your feet. You don't have to. You're just playing around and having fun. If you're seated, your hands are going to be either on your feet or on the floor or together, and you're just going to squeeze your inner thighs and your knees towards your hands. Bring them in. Pull your belly in and up. So you're fired up here. So you're either pressing your knees. Yeah, good, Liz. Look forward, Liz, because if you look down, you're going to fall down. Look forward. Yep. Good. Nice. So you're playing around with either version. Look forward, Dave. Crow is fun because you feel like you're flying. Okay, so feel free to mess around with that. When you're done, come on down onto your seat. We'll send the legs to the front of your mat and we'll lay back down on your back. So sometimes it's fun to try really hard things. As long as you have the thoughts in your mind that I'm going to try this. If I can do it, cool. If I can't, who cares? Something I can either build to and work towards or not. Doesn't matter. So just having a little bit of fun with that with your practice. Okay. Let's take 3 breaths together here. Inhale, reach the arms up and back. Let the feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. One more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale. So we're gonna come into a deep spinal twist, but let's just bring the feet to the floor first. My hips are feeling a little tired, my legs are feeling a little tired from the standing poses. So just take a moment to just sway the legs left to right. This should feel really good. It really stretches the top, the quad, and your hip flexor, lengthens through your spine here. So your shoulder blades are touching the floor, but no worries if the whole back comes off the floor. You're getting a nice stretch in your low back, as well as your hip flexors and the quads. And then we're gonna come back to center. Now you're either I'm gonna show the deepest expression of the twist and then you can modify if you need to. Left thigh crosses over the right thigh. Hips scoot over to the left. Arms reach way apart from each other. Legs drop over to the right. Try to keep your left shoulder down, but let your back lengthen and open. If you feel like this is too deep, uncross the legs and just stack the left foot on the floor and let the knee drop wherever it goes. So if you have the legs twisted, you're coming in a little bit deeper in the low back. You can turn your head over your left shoulder and feel your body, the part that's touching the mat, as if you're an ice cube melting into the hot pavement. So just kind of relax, let the body drop down. Again, if it's too deep, just uncross the legs. You want to be able to relax. Be able to breathe deeply. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. We'll bring the legs back to center. Uncross them if they're crossed. Even out your hips back to the center. Your right thigh can cross over your left, hips draw over to the right, and the legs drop over to the left. Again, if this is too much, undo the legs. And no judgment here as to what's too much and what's not too much. My legs were starting to shake when I had the legs crossed. So I'm just bringing mine to relax. You can turn your head over your right shoulders. So when we come to our mats, I feel like every practice is like I'm doing something for the first time. It always feels a little bit different because each day is a new day. We come into our practice with different thoughts and feelings, and it's just a new day. So everything doesn't have to always look the same. Think of it as moving through your practice as if you've never done it before. Breath in, and then as you exhale, we'll bring the legs back to center, even out the hips, hug the knees into the chest, draw your forehead to your knees, scrunch up nice and tight, take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly release and let your body just melt down into Shavasana. So find a relaxation pose. You can let your legs go straight. If you need to put something under your knees, you can. If you want to put a sweatshirt or a blanket on to be warm. Just take these last few moments of your practice to just breathe, to just be. Beginning, before practice, some of you started singing Look at the Bright Side. So as you're in this time, the Shavasana, these last few moments of your practice, we'll realize that you have control over yourself all the time. We can't control our environment necessarily or what happens or what's going on, but we can control what we think about the situations and how we feel and what we do. So think about something for a moment that maybe you look at as being something that's a problem, or it's ugly, or it's upsetting. It could be the pandemic itself, it could be the election, it can be your job, your relationship. Just think of something that you could look at as being yucky. See how that makes you feel? See what those feelings are, where they are in the body, what they feel like. And then as Jerry said, look at the bright side. So now take that same thought that you just had, the yucky one, and turn it around. What is something positive that you can think? So it's a thought that you have control over. Something positive that you can think about what you just thought of. For example, the pandemic. I thought that I feel really isolated, I feel trapped, I don't get to see the people I want to or do the things I want. So that was my initial thought. But now, looking at the bright side, I've had way more time with my family that I wouldn't have normally had if everyone was at work and at school. And that makes me feel really good, really lucky, really grateful for this time. So yes, the pandemic sucks, but looking at the bright side, turn it around. How are we going to react? How are we going to think? How are we going to feel? What are we going to do? So whenever you find yourself, not complaining, I hate that word, but just kind of thinking down thoughts, think of Jerry and I forget who was singing, if it was Carol or Claire. I can't remember who was singing. Heidi. Just think about Jerry singing Look at the Bright Side. Change your thoughts. You'll notice your feelings will change and then your actions will follow. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. And then take your time to slowly transition, moving the body gently, carefully, and slowly to transition out of Shavasana. And we'll just make our way up to a comfortable seat. And then once seated, let the eyes be closed. We'll take the right hand over the heart, the left hand over the right hand. Remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. Let's bring the palms together in front of your heart center to honor your practice, honor your strength and courage, and honor each other. Namaste.